Hey guys, so I feel like maybe in the previous video I was a bit chaotic and I didn't actually properly discuss everything that we know about Life is Strange True Colors so far. So let's redo that. Let's discuss the game again and let's talk about what we know so far. There's actually plenty of information on Steam if you have a look. Things that I did not discuss in the previous video. So let's start from the basics. We know that the game was announced just a couple of days ago and we know that it will be out 10th of September this year, so just a couple of months from now. We do know that they are remastering the Life is Strange original game and Before the Storm. We don't know if that means that the rumors about Max and Chloe coming back are actually true, or were they actually talking about that in fact. So we don't know that. I guess we'll find out, but there are definitely some rumors going around. Life is Strange True Colors is a game developed by Deck9. Deck9 is a company based in United States, so it's not a European storyteller. I always felt like there was something charming to the fact that Dontnod was actually French, yet they made a game set in USA. I found it nice to have that French touch in a game based in USA, but then I know some of them did work in the States, so it's not like it's a country that they don't know. Now a company based in United States, in fact in Colorado I think, they're actually working on a game that's set somewhere there in a small village. It's actually a miner's village. That's something I did not mention in the previous video. So it's a small community. Miners tend to stick together. When you're a miner, usually it's a family tradition, so we know that it will be an inclusive type of a society in that game. Rumors claim that the village itself will be based in Texas. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it was officially confirmed. What we know officially is Alex Chen hides her curse, the physic power of empathy, the ability to absorb the emotions of others. When her brother dies in a so-called accident, Alex must embrace her power to find the truth. Pre-order now. Okay, see, now from that description, I am not certain if Alex knew that she had the power, or was the power triggered by the game events. Basically, in every single Life is Strange game, powers were triggered by certain events, like tragic events. Daniel's power was triggered by Esteban's death. Max's power was caused by Chloe's death. And then Rachel, we don't know if she had powers, but definitely that scream of hers seemed a bit not natural, and it was obviously a very emotional moment for her. She just found out that her father was cheating on her mother. She could have had some sort of an ability, we don't know yet. Maybe one day we'll actually find out more about that. But going back to Alex, she grew up in foster care. Somehow she was separated from her brother. Now, this is a strong Tell Me Why vibe, a Dontnod game. It presented Tyler and Allison, siblings that were also separated for whatever reason. Alex grew up without parents, and then she goes back to Haven Point to spend some time with her brother. Initially, when I was watching the trailer, I actually thought that the part with brother did not happen, that she imagined going back there, because she said something about not having a chance to properly meet her brother's life in that village. I thought that maybe that part did not happen. At the same time, it seemed a bit too specific, because he was actually introducing her to her friends and whatnot, so now I think that it did happen. Alex came back to meet her brother and he died. So these games, Life is Strange games, they don't tend to give happy stories to the people. There's always a death involved and a tragic event. One thing that's concerning me, if that's actually true, so Gabe dies, her brother dies, and we move on with the events, with the plot of the game, we want to find out how he died. I think there needs to be some sort of a time in between. We need some sort of a break, because I feel like her brother's death is pretty traumatic. It would be awkward to, well, simply continue the game. I wish there'd be some sort of a break in between, so at least it's more believable that Alex carries on and gets involved with people and such. All the games are already available for pre-order. You can get a Life is Strange True Colors as well as Life is Strange Remastered and Before the Storm Remastered pack. One thing I failed to mention in the previous video, there's actually a Steph DLC. Let me say that again, Steph Gingrich will be back and Katie Benz will be reprising her role as Steph. Steph was a beloved character in Before the Storm, so it shows that Deck9 is actually smart It shows that Decna is actually noticing people's needs and responds well to them. They noticed that Steph was a very cool character with lots of potential. I actually made a video about Steph a while back. Katie Benz commented it was pretty sweet, so you can have a look. They noticed that Steph is a beloved character and there's more to explore in that area, and they're smart enough to actually go for it. So now Steph will be one of the main characters, and Steph will be playable in a DLC. In that DLC, we'll be going back in time a year before Alex coming back to that village. We'll be playing as Steph and we'll be meeting a friend. Who knows? Could that be Mikey? If Chloe survived and your playthrough, it could be Chloe, although it is, well, quite complicated. Game takes place in May 2019. Definitely won't be Sean because he's in prison in some of the scenarios. They don't even know each other really. I guess there is some space for some sort of a mashup with Life is Strange 2. So yeah, you can get that bundle with the DLC with 2 remastered games and 3 colors. It's already available on Steam. Now if you pre-order, you will actually get 4 additional outfits, and there will be up to 24 outfits for Alex to wear. Some will be inspired by Life is Strange 2 and I think Life is Strange. Wait, Heaven Springs, that's the name of the village. Yeah, you can get clothes inspired by Chloe's Misfit Skull, Sean's Wolf Squad, Daniel's Space Mission and Max's Jane Doe outfits. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, the description is pretty vague. I don't know if Alex knew that she has the powers, or maybe the powers will be triggered by Gabe's death. Also, what's up with the powers? Like, people keep saying that it's a third game with a protagonist having powers, and they just don't seem to be going anywhere with that. We don't know why that happens. I guess we're just supposed to assume that that happens to certain people, but we don't know why. I don't know if they're ever going to explain that, but that's I guess a separate subject. Alex's power will be empathy. She will be able to influence other people's emotions, and she will be feeling these emotions too. Another thing that I failed to say in the previous video is that both Steph and Ryan introduced in the trailer will be romanceable, so we can go for Steph or Ryan. To me it's simple, I'm gonna go for Steph because she seems lovely. Maybe if my Alex does have some chemistry with Ryan, I might pursue that, but yeah, personally speaking, I think I'm gonna go for Steph. That, to me, that's pretty simple, but I asked you on Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitter, by the way. I did ask you if you're gonna romance Steph or Ryan, and there's basically 2 answers. You either say that obviously Steph, or you say that I'm gonna romance Ryan because everyone will romance Steph. Honestly, it's like 50-50 at this point. What intrigued me, it actually says that you can freely roam Heaven Springs streets, so you can go whenever you want to. I don't think you will be actually limited to a space where your story takes you, which is something new to that game. I don't know if that's good or not. That's definitely more believable, because it's weird when you're in I don't know, Chloe's house and you can't really leave it. It's just odd. Normally you would be allowed to leave. So that's new to Life is Strange games. I think visually speaking, the trailer itself does suggest that it is a Deck 9 game. It's similar to Before the Storm, especially these moments in the total darkness. That very much reminds me of Sarah's story, one of the best scenes in Before the Storm. So yeah, I guess this is what I wanted to say today. I just wanted to record an update video, a follow-up video to the previous one, and we'll sort of organize things that we actually do know about that game. We'll be playing that game in just a couple of months. There will be, I think, 4 chapters, and they will all be released at once. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Are you excited? Are you going to romance Steph or Ryan? And do subscribe and leave a like. It really does help. Thanks so much for watching the video, and stay safe. Bye.